Welcome to Discover the Upper Cumberland, where we explore and uncover what's incredible about our region of Tennessee. I'm your guide, Celeste Flatt Bennett. There's a beautiful place nestled in the forest of Smithville, Tennessee, that offers visitors a way to escape the busy city life and enjoy cascading waterfalls and scenic bluffs in a rustic setting called Evins Mill. For decades, many have enjoyed this scenic venue for weddings, retreats, day trips, or just a quiet place to get away. Let's take a trip to DeKalb County and visit Evins Mill.
The history of the land itself, as far as we know, it goes back to 1824 when a Tennessee land grant identified it as Lockhart's Mill. And there have been half a dozen families that have owned the property since then and this time.
The hiking is wonderful.
Oh, I love the hiking. The waterfall down the trail is just beautiful. I just wish I brought my Eno where I could just lay up there and take a nap.
It was great.
My father, Bill Cochran, acquired this property in 1990. And so in 1994, I put together a business plan written by an English and history major that only a father would support. We opened Evins Mill to create the ideal space for organizations to build strong strategies and strong teams, for families and friends to reunite and celebrate special occasions, for couples to find a respite from home and work, and for individuals to find renewal and rest. So whether it's Northfield Vineyards or Stonehouse Winery or Short Mountain Distillery or Harmony Lane Creamery or Calf Killer Brewery, we serve the beer, we serve the wine, we serve the cheese, we serve the moonshine. And it puts us in a nice position to tie all those folks together around the hub of Evins Mill. And we routinely, as you may discuss with Chef Evans, 4 or 5 times a year will host a tasting of each of these different products. And sometimes we incorporate a tour of their facilities into that tasting.
Well, when I started with Evins Mill and with William, we really talked a lot about it's a beautiful place. But when I came on board, we really talked a lot about making the food just a much bigger and a more memorable part of the experience of Evins Mills. Well, I grew up in Smithville, so I'm a local boy, born and reared. But I always wanted to travel, and that has ended up being a big part of what made me a chef. I worked for a cruise line for about 6 years and got to travel all over the world. So that really influenced a lot of my flavors, but certainly then where I came from influences what I enjoy to eat. So it's kind of a combination of both of those. Lots of different flavors, creativity, and different cultures, but with some of that comfort food that everyone's used to and enjoys. We try to source as much local food as we can, from Benton's bacon to Harmony Lane goat cheese in Smithville to a lot of our beef is Tennessee raised, and it's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And when you can kind of fall in love with those ingredients, it makes it easier to get passionate and get excited about that meal that you're putting on the plate. When they come here, they're certainly going to see the passion. I think with all of our chefs, I mean, all of us love to cook. We all can sit around and chat about food and talk about food, and you know, we're back here making things that we like to eat. So I think you're going to taste that when you come to Evins Mill. And a word we like to use a lot is intentional, and just being intentional about that soup course. You know, being intentional about that salad dressing, and you know, the vegetable that's going with the entree tonight. A lot of times that just kind of gets, you know, somebody throws some broccoli on a plate, or you know, it's kind of a second thought. But everything we do at Evins Mill, you know, we want that individual kind of creativity from each chef to kind of come into play. I like to give them, you know, some freedom to play around, but also kind of keep that consistency, because we have guests come back, you know, a lot, so they know what to expect.
All the food has been really, really good. Way more than you need or could eat, but just really fresh ingredients and unique recipes. We were here last night too, so we had dinner, 4-course meal with hors d'oeuvres, and it's been fantastic. The food is fantastic.
And they're real accommodating. If it's something you don't like, they tell you beforehand what you're having. If you don't like it, they'll adjust it or change it. It's just, and they're so personable around here.
So when folks come out to the country in the middle of the woods like this, they oftentimes are not expecting a fine dining experience. And so we really benefit, I think, because when they dine with us, they're really blown over by what we do.
You know, just with my job and being from this area originally, and then leaving and traveling for so long, and then, you know, this is a really special area, the Upper Cumberland. I mean, I love, you know, DeKalb County and this kind of surrounding area with the lake, and you know, so you don't appreciate it as much sometimes as you should. But this is just you know, Evins Mill is a great place to kind of come and get the best of all of the Upper Cumberland has to offer, with the food and the waterfalls and the trees and the different flowers and the wonderful staff that, you know, that works here. They're all mostly from this area, so it's fun to get to be a part of that.